when I press the delete button, this happens. In this video, I'll be explaining what Intelliscript is and how we can use it. There are a couple of caveats, but here we go. So Intelliscript in the new DaVinci Resolve 20 is basically making it easier for editing out a lot of the silences, the ums, the ahs. For example, if you've done multiple takes and you just want to use a specific one, want to delete the other ones, that's when you use Intelliscript. If you have a huge file, like if you have a very small file, it may be 30 seconds, then maybe Intelliscript isn't really that needed. But if you're working with a larger file, that's when you might want to be using Intelliscript. If you want to cut chunks out and don't have to scrub through the entire video. So anyway, let's get to actually working with it. So here we have the timeline and I have a video of.
Nice.
Okay, so it has a video and an audio. We put it over here. I did this a couple of times before and I messed it up. What you have to do is you have to come to this timeline over here, come into the AI tools, audio transcription and transcribe. What this will do is it will go through the entire video, whatever you have over here in the timeline, through the audio, it'll go through it, it'll create an entire transcription of it and it'll present it to you. And after that, you see the magic happen. And here we are. So we have all of the transcription, basically the subtitles, which we can edit. So like over here, suddenly from behind me, I hear noise. Sorry, the transcription isn't 100% accurate, of course. So sometimes you can write poems that are just like a little scene. I wrote one that goes like this. So for example, I don't want this. And let's see what's happening over here. Also, another thing to note, have this selected, the mouse. If you have this selected, it won't work as, I'll show you what happens. But anyway, I have this selected for now. Let's put this over here so that you can see what's happening in the timeline. I want to remove this entire bit. So as you can see, it decides on an in point, it decides on an out point. And when I press the delete button, this happens. Let's go back. When I press the backspace button, still the same thing happens. So this is something which you can do. Okay. There's this other thing where we have remove silent portions. And by that, it means wherever you have these three dots, it'll remove these, whatever they're called. So for example, remove silent portions, it did so. But this isn't what I want because sometimes, as you can see, it cuts a bit of the following and sometimes even the preceding spoken sections. So I have a better way of doing this. I'll show it to you in a bit. Now, coming back to this portion, 1 minute, I'll just close this, remove, okay. Now we have this. Okay, come back into AI tools, Intelliscript, transcription. Okay, this is done. Now let's select this. I always forget the names of these. Anyway, now we have that selected. Okay, I want noise. Okay, I want all of this to be deleted. Okay, this portion. Now see what happens. I press delete or backspace, whatever. It deletes it, it deletes the gap, it brings them both together. So if this is what you want, fine. But generally, I just keep this mouse selected because I don't want this to be happening. I want the spaces there so that I know where I'm at in the actual source clip and I can do whatever I want based on what I need to do. So this is how you do Intelliscript. And as a bonus, I don't want to delete the silent sections from Intelliscript because as I showed you, it cuts a bit of the following and the preceding, sometimes the preceding voiceovers. So instead, what we do is we go into the Fairlight page. We increase this so that we can see what's happening, go in a little bit. And first, what we do is we mark an in point And automatically we have an out point as well over here. Zoom in so that we can see what's happening. Select, right click over here, and we go into, where is it? Not over here, sorry. We right click over here, remove silence. So now we have all of these. So the threshold is below what negative dB do you want it to consider a silence. So if we, like for example, reduce it to -61, then these portions, probably there may be in the 40s or in the 50s region. So this portion won't be triggered over here. But this might probably, this is below -61 dB. That's why it's being highlighted. It will delete this portion. Anyway, generally, depending on the voiceover that I'm working with, -30 plus minus is good enough. So then pre-head. So this is starting. I want there to be breathing room. So let's increase this. Maybe let's do 100. So as you can see, now it won't be deleting this portion. Otherwise, it was deleting everything until the immediate start of the voiceover. So that. Then we have the post tail, and that's right at the end of the voiceover. Let's add 100 over here as well, so that we have some breathing room. So over here we have the pre-head and the post tail together. They don't make 200 milliseconds. That's why nothing is going to be cut over here. But over here, we have 100 over here. We have 100 over here. We still have quite a lot of silent area, which we want to delete. And that's why it's still highlighted. And then we have a minimum to strip. Let's do 100 over here as well. So this means that the portion that has to be cut, it has to be at least 100 milliseconds. So like for example, I think this portion is a bit more than 200. So let's do 250. Yeah. So this will not be cut because the minimum to strip is 250. And the portion over here, it's not 250. I think it was, but still, I think it may be more than 200. Okay, I might be wrong. Let's do 150. Yeah. So it's more than 150, it's less than 200. So that's why this portion is going to be cut. And as you can see, all of the silences, the silent portions of the clip, which correspond to these thresholds, they will be cut. And now we simply click the remove silence and we're done. And we have all of this. Now, I know what you're thinking. It should delete this portion as well, but that's something which either I need to do a bit more research into, or Blackmagic needs to update, or at least in the Intelliscript, in the transcription, there needs to be a better way to delete the silent portions, and we have all of those thresholds given to us as well as options, because otherwise deleting the silent portions from here, it does cause problems. So at the moment, this is the best way to do it. And since we were doing it from the Fairlight page, of course, like we're not dealing with video, so no faults there. But over here, then again, what you can do is you can delete all of these. It's a bit of a manual process, but anyway, so this is how you do all of this. And okay, let's reduce the playback.
Nice.
Anyway, thanks a lot and see you in the next one. Nice.